He is one of the most notorious serial killers of all time, but his identity remains a mystery. The Zodiac Killer was an American serial killer who operated in the late 1960s and early 70s. He earned his name because he would send letters to the police and press containing cryptic messages written in a strange code. To this day, we don't know who he was or what his real name is, but we do know that he was responsible for at least 5 murders and possibly many more. It all started in December of 1968 when 2 teenagers were shot in the back of the head while sitting in a parked car. At the time, it didn't seem like a big deal. After all, it was the middle of the hippie era, and San Francisco was no stranger to violence. But then, it happened again and again and again. In each case, the victims were young, the shootings happened in secluded areas, and the killer seemed to always get away. That all changed on October 11, 1969, when the Zodiac struck again. This time, he chose his victims more carefully. A young couple was parked in a secluded area when a man with a black mask suddenly appeared at their car window. He told them to get out of the car and then shot them both in the back. The girl survived, but her boyfriend did not. And this is when the police realized they were dealing with a serial killer. But the killer was already one step ahead of them. As the police investigated the crime scene, they found a small piece of paper in the victim's car. On it was a strange symbol along with a message that read, "I want to be a millionaire." It was signed off with a strange symbol that resembled a cross between a butterfly and a bird. To this day, we don't know what this symbol means or who wrote it. But it wasn't the last cryptic message the Zodiac Killer would leave behind. In total, he sent 5 letters to the press and police, each one more bizarre than the last. In one of them, he boasted about his crimes and taunted the police for not being able to catch him. In another, he described in detail how he had buried one of his victims. But perhaps the most disturbing letter was the one he sent to the San Francisco Chronicle. It read, "I hope you can picture me sitting in my little boat at Alcatraz just after dark, all the lights turned off in the city. I would sit there with my dinner, perhaps a nice juicy steak, and make love to my paper, cup of coffee, my only light, watching the million lights twinkle and the black ship's lights flashing on the dark water." As you can imagine, this letter caused quite a stir in the city. Everyone was wondering who could possibly be sane enough to write such a thing. But despite all the media attention, the Zodiac Killer was never caught. He simply vanished into thin air after his 5th known murder in 1974. To this day, his identity remains a mystery, but there are plenty of theories. Some believe that he was actually 2 people.